Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to be doing a sort of get ready with me tutorial for this sort of glam devil makeup look. Now I was looking through YouTube because I'm thinking this weekend I'm going to go out with my friends, and I was thinking of going as a devil, and I come across this makeup look by Kaitlin Emma on YouTube, and I was really inspired by this one. So I've kind of recreated what she done, but sort of with different products, and the eyeshadow's a bit different. So yeah, I was heavily inspired by Kaitlin Emma, and I'll give her credit down below. So if you would like to know how I got this look, then keep on watching. Right, so the first step is I'm going to apply my foundation, and I'm going to be mixing these two. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation in the lighter shade 100, which is kind of a little bit pale for me. And then this shade is obviously white, so mixed together we're going to get not a white foundation, but paler than my natural skin tone. So I'm going to do 2 pumps of the Fenty Beauty and 1 pump of the LA Girl. So it's up to you really what you want to do with the foundation. You could either use a completely white foundation, use your normal foundation, mix the two like I am, or maybe just even if you've got a foundation 1 or 2 shades too light for you, maybe use that just to give like a sort of dead, ghostly sort of look. So I'm going to dot this around the face and just apply it as I usually would my foundation. I'm going to blend this in with a sponge. Now it's kind of up to you what coverage you sort of want for this look, but I'm going to go in with sort of another thin layer to sort of build this up to like a not full but high medium sort of coverage. And if you're going for a foundation that's sort of lighter than your neck, it's a good idea to sort of blend it down the neck a bit, just so it's not as harsh. Now I'm going to go in concealer as I usually would, with this LA Girl Pro Conceal concealer in the shade Porcelain. This isn't actually that fair, but so I'm going to mix it with this Kat Von D white concealer in the shade Whiteout. Now you don't have to use this one. I think Revolution do a white concealer now, so if you want to make your concealer lighter you could maybe use that. So I'm just drawing this concealer on under my eyes, up onto my forehead. I'm just taking the white concealer and dotting it over the concealer before I've blended it out. Taking my little sponge and just blend this together. Now I'm going to go in and set that under eye with the e.l.f. Sheer Setting Powder. It's just like a white translucent powder. So now I'm going to go in and set the whole face, and I'm going to use this white powder from Claire's. The name's rubbed off so I can't remember what it was called, but sort of any white powder you have will do. Now this particular powder doesn't have much coverage, but it just adds a slight white tint to make you look a bit more ghostly. Next I'm going to fill in my eyebrows with this Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Blonde. Just going to fill them in as I usually would, it's no different for this look. So that's my eyebrows completed, and for the next stage I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, and I'm going to use this Jacyln Hill Morphe palette because there's a lot of sort of red warm tones in this palette. And I think the first shade that I'm going to go in with in the transition is this shade here. It's kind of like a muted sort of browny red colour. So I'm just going to swirl my brush in that colour and tap it off, and then go in with a fluffy brush in the crease. Just going backwards and forwards in sort of wind wiper motions, and then in circular motions to sort of blend it in. Now this is quite a pigmented colour, so you only need a little dab in the pan. And you sort of want to blend this in the crease and sort of blend above the crease. And then a trick I like to use to get a really sort of straight edge is to go in with sort of anything you have that's got a straight edge. So I'm just using this primer. And then with what's left on the brush from that transition shade, I just sort of run it along the eye using the edge as a guide, just to sort of wing out the blend. And then you take it off and have a look. See, you may need to go in with a bit more product, so dab it in again, tap it off, place it back on where it was, and just sort of add a little bit more pigment. Next, I'm going to take a flat shader brush and go in with a slightly darker colour, so the one next to the one I just used, this colour here. And I'm just going to place this all over the lid. You may need to go in and get some more product. Now you're probably going to get some fallout with this shadow, so just take a big fluffy brush and sort of sweep it away. Then going back in with the brush I used before, and I'm just going to sort of blend the transition and the lid shade together to make it a bit more seamless. Now blending might take some time, so just if it's looking bad, just keep going, you'll be fine. Now you might lose a bit of the lid shade and need to go in again with that darker one, just to build up the colour intensity again. So just keep going back and forth between the two stages. Next I'm going to take this sort of deeper maroony brown shade, and I'm going to use this to sort of deepen up the outer V. Using the guide once again to keep the straight line, I'm going to tap this into the V and then sort of blend in a V motion. Go up and down the line and blend in a V motion. Then I'm going to copy on the other side. Sorry, it wasn't filming then. I just taken that same shade that we used on the lids with a smudging brush and smudging it under the lower lash line. And I'm just going sort of 2/3 of the way in. You don't want to take it right into the inner corner. Next I'm going to go ahead with some eyeliner, and I'm going to use this Revolution liner. I'm just going to try and do a wing eyeliner. So now the eyeliner's done, I'm going to go in with some mascara. I'm going to use the Smashbox Superfan mascara. So I've applied the mascara, and I've also applied some false eyelashes in, I think it's Ardell 811s, and I'm just going to go in with some brown eyeliner in the waterline. So next it's on to the fun part, which is the contouring with sort of the same sort of colours that we've used on the eyes. So first of all I'm going to go in with this black shade in the Jacyln Hill palette with the smudger brush that we used under our eyes. I'm just going to dip this in, and then I'm going to try and trace out where I would usually contour and bring it down to make the cheeks look really sort of gaunt and hollow. So going under the cheekbone, like so. Then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, and with no product on it at this stage, going above, or it's just got the excess product from my eyes, just going above this to try and blend out that black line. Blending in sort of circular motions, but don't go below because we want to keep this bit white. It's the same thing with the eyeshadow really, just keep blending. It's going to take some time. Then once you've blended it in a tiny bit, I'm going to go in with the red shade in the Jacyln Hill palette that we used on the lid of the eye and go above that black line. And it's just sort of building up the colour. And I'm going to take this all the way around the hairline like we would with contour. To really sort of help this black line blend in as well, I'm sort of, once again, not going below the line, but if you go up and down in motions like this, over and over, and round, it will eventually blend in. And with a clean fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with the slightly lighter shade, this one, which we used in the transition of the eye. And I'm going to use this on the inner perimeter of the contour. Sort of help blend it in with the skin. Just sort of going over lightly, blending up higher onto the cheeks, all around the forehead as well on the inner rim. Then switching back to the other brush, same sort of idea but taking a darker shade. So I'm going to take this one here in the Morphe palette and go right around the outer perimeter of the forehead, right up into the hairline to give it some more dimension. And once again, just getting the clean brush and sort of going over everything once again, just to really blend all the colours together. Now the good thing about this is it doesn't have to be perfect because it is Halloween and you are meant to look scary. Just to clean up underneath the red contour, I'm going to take some sheer translucent powder and my brush and just run it along, just to clean it up a tiny little bit. Now that's pretty much the face done, I'm going to move on to lips, and I'm going to go in with this MAC Burgundy lip pencil to line my lips. Next for lipstick, I'm going to go in with this NYX Soft Matte Metallic Lip Cream in the shade Budapest, which is kind of like a deep burgundy colour, and it's kind of got a bit of a shimmer to it. And then finally, I'm just going to set everything in place with this Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And so here we have the completed Glam Devil makeup look. I'll just zoom in for you now. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and found it useful for if you're going to go as a devil for Halloween. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Maybe comment down below, and please don't forget to subscribe.